We're finally at reassembly of the upper half of the engine, intake manifold, valve cover.
So these are interchangeable per side?
Yeah. I think I know those guys. New shiny headers. Well, I'm gonna fall over there. Hello and welcome to Gearhead 704. I'm Matt and welcome to another beautiful day of Fox bodies. We got all kinds of Fox bodies out here, but this is the Fox body I really care about right now. So I am in the progress of rebuilding the motor on this car, in case you don't know, and I've definitely had several videos on this. I've got a playlist of all of that down in the description below, so you can check it out. But for right now, we're finally at reassembly of the upper half of the engine. I'm gonna put the intake manifold on today, the valve cover gasket, the heads are already on, but it should really look like a motor today at the end of the day. So that's what I'm doing. And I actually recorded this in my time a week or two ago. I'm not sure when, but I know that if you wanna see the latest updates on the SSP, where I'm at in real time, definitely check my Instagram. I put stories up on Instagram, not as many posts, I do more stories, but I put all that info out on Instagram so you can get the latest updates before the videos come out. So it's kind of like a sneak peek or a preview of what's going on. But yeah, so the SSP is still full of parts in here. You can see I've got my old intake manifold there, and ow, that kind of hurt. I hit my arm there. But yeah, it's still, I'm just keeping pieces and stuff in here right now, but I need to get all that stuff back in the car. First thing I got to do though is I got to get that thermostat housing off the old stock lower intake and onto my new trick flow manifold intake. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. I'm probably not gonna show you that on video because I've done that on videos before. Okay, so before we get started with the intake manifold install, you know, if you are looking for a full how-to on this or you need some tips and tricks, I know somebody, I know a guy. Check this out, guys.
So these are interchangeable per side?
Yeah. So look right here. You see those wings? How that tab's interlocking?
Yeah.
There you go. So it's going to interlock right there. It holds it in place.
I think I know those guys. That's right. Matt actually did a full detailed how to install intake manifold if you haven't seen that before. So that is already on the channel. I am going to include a link to the playlist for this video. I'll have it down in the description as well. But yeah, so today I'm just going to skip a lot of the details of covering those steps, but you'll see it in the time lapse, and hopefully intake manifold on, valve covers on, and yeah, we get one step further, guys. Let me go ahead and start the first step, which is actually getting the thermostat off the old intake and getting it onto the new intake, the trip flow intake that we're installing. And yeah, then we can work and go ahead and install the lower. You may have noticed in the time lapse there, I had a little bit of trouble getting that bolt in. But basically, this is a brand new intake manifold. It's the trick flow intake. And this freshly machined surface sometimes, you know, the threads, I had to basically tap them. Now, I'm not gonna go into the details on that. I've got a whole nother video on that, but if you don't know about tapping the threads, it's a very good thing to do. It makes installation way easier. And so I wanted to make sure I didn't strip these bolts out or anything like that. But that's what I ran into. Now I'm reusing this housing, and the main reason is cost. These things are not cheap, guys. So mostly you're not really gonna see that. You know, I could probably make it a little bit nicer maybe, but for now I'm going with that. It's gonna work and saves me some money, which is always a good thing. All right, as you saw, I got the thermostat on, the thermostat housing and thermostat installed. So it's finally time to begin the installation of the lower intake manifold. And you see I've got this gasket set here. So in case you didn't know, Fox Mustang Restoration, where I'm at, they do resell these. You actually also get a discount if you want to buy them. You can use my promo code Gearhead704 and get 10% discount. So I'm reusing this set myself, second set I've used here. So yeah, let's go ahead and put the lower intake on. Just a reminder, just to call out, you don't have to use RTV all the way around. What you probably saw there in the time lapse is I put a dab under here and under here before I put these seals on. That's on both sides. And I do like the back seal, how it has this little guide pin. So it's stuck right in that hole, you know you got it right. But so now I'm pretty much ready to go ahead and put the lower intake on and torque it down. It torques down to 2 stages, and I do have the specs on that again in the previous video, so you can check that out. Time to switch the POV can. All right, guys, I did get the lower intake manifold on, so progress there. But however, next I wanted to do the valve covers, and one of the things, guys, in the valve covers is I did take the baffle out earlier when I cleaned this one. This is the baffle, and I just test fit this. I just stuck it back in there, test fit it, and unfortunately, the rocker arm was hitting it. It would not go. So I'm gonna have to leave the baffle off of the valve cover, and that's because I've got these aftermarket rocker arms. My Tar Heel Fox, my blue car, my blue convertible, it's the same way. It also has the baffle out, and it had 1.7 rockers. These are 1.6, and it worked fine. And of course, I just tested this out as well. I can show you guys. Yeah, Matt was actually turning the engine over while I was testing that. We had the valve cover on right here while he was turning the engine over, and it did not hit. So we know those valve covers are gonna clear. So that's what I'm doing next. I'm gonna go ahead and bolt the valve covers down, and we'll see how that looks. Hey guys, for this sequence while I was bolting down the valve covers, I did have POV footage as well as footage on the tripod, and I wanted to go ahead and just show you guys both. Let me know down in the comments below which one you like more. I'm thinking that the POV footage is not as good actually, and that the footage on the tripod is much better. So let me know what you like better in the comments down below, and going forward we'll probably stick with that one. Okay guys, as you saw, I got the valve covers on, and I actually used a torque wrench. I don't know how many of you guys have done that, but Matt actually had the book, guys. He has this book for Peaches. If you haven't seen Peaches in a while, it's a SSP right over there. But yeah, he had the book for Peaches, and we saw there were some torque specs in there for the valve covers. And you know what? I figured, why not? We're doing this thing the right way, so why not go ahead and use the torque specs and torque the valve covers down. So glad I did that, and they look pretty good. I mean, this is starting to look like a motor. What do you think, guys? I mean, of course, we got this done a couple of videos ago, but got the intake on, the valve covers on. What else I've got to do, of course, is I've still got to get the, you know, the coolant rail, the fuel injector rail, the fuel injectors, accessories, and of course, the big thing here is the headers. I got to get the headers on, and I do have some nice new shiny headers. Whoa, I'm gonna fall over there. But pretty close to having a fully assembled engine. Won't be too much longer. So I hope you guys are enjoying the build. I'm enjoying the build. I'm getting to learn, I'm having fun, and the best part of all this is, guys, when I'm done, I'm gonna be able to feel a lot more comfortable about doing my baby, which is Tar Heel Fox. If you're new to the channel, that's the one in the intro in the video, and that's the one that is dear to my heart. Anyway, we'll get back onto that car later on, and that's pretty much it for this one. So stay tuned to the channel. If you're stopping in for the first time, I do upload 2 times a week, every Sunday and Wednesday, so you can count on that. Big shout out to Matt for helping me out here today, as always, and if you did like the content you saw, smash that like button, and we'll see you next time on Gearhead 704.